Mulla was called up before the Sultan. The Sultan said to him, "Mulla, I have been hearing some very good things about you, about how you fulfill your civic duties, how that you attend to people's needs without draining the coffers of the kingdom. And while you were a magistrate, you dealt with people fairly. I'd like to offer you a position in which there are possibilities." So Mulla said, "Sire, I am your humble servant. What is it that you are offering me?" And so the Sultan said, "Well, you can become an advisor to the advisor of the advisor to the advisor. Or you can become the deputy mayor at a far distant and small province. Or you could become head of all the janitors in the city." And the Mulla said, "I'd like to make a proper decision. Is there anything else?" And so the Sultan reeled off for about half an hour a whole other list of possible positions that the Mulla could fulfill. And then after due ponderance, the Mulla said, "No, I don't want any of these positions. I've decided I would like your position." Because I hear that you only have to be present and attend to people who come, and to be able to attend functions of all kind. And that means that I would have power and authority. And the Sultan looked at him and said, "What? You must be crazy." And the Mulla said, "Oh, if that's the only qualification, I think I fit the bill." Divine Mother used to have a prayer that was said before any of her meditations, and it was, "Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from ignorance to life. Lead us from death to immortality, and manifest through and through." So let's take a little quantum leap into Zen. There was a certain master, Wu Tzu, who came into the presence of another great master, Lao Tzu. And Wu Tzu said to Lao Tzu, "Master, how do you use your mind to follow the practices?" And Wu Tzu said, "What are you talking about? I don't even have a mind, and there are no such thing as practices." And the reply was, "But you have students around you that you teach every day to lead them into the teachings of the Dharma. How can you say that you do not have a mind?" And Lao Tzu said, "How can you say this? Because how can I teach people when I don't even have a place to rest and I don't even have a mouth?" And the reply was, "You must be lying, Master. Master, you just lie." And the Master replied, "How can I lie when I don't even have a tongue?" And again, the reply was, "How can you say that I'm lying when I don't even have a tongue, and all things are not real?" And the reply was, "How can you say that all things are not real? Or are you implying that existence and you and I and the teachings and the Dharma are not real?" And the response was, "Of course they're real." And again the reply was. But how can you say they are not real when we are sentient beings and all things are sentient? The reply was, we have to deny the real as well as the unreal. If a prayer can ask for us, importune, to say, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from ignorance to life. Lead us from death to immortality, and manifest through and through. What does this exchange between Zen masters mean? What is this paradox that we arrive at to reconcile the stillness, the intense presence in which we find ourselves, and the constant movement of life? In other words, the doing and not doing. How do we reconcile this absolute presence which is still, unmoving, unchanging in the movement of life, constantly coming in to be addressed, evoking in us responses, action, words? What's the meaning of this prayer and this Zen exchange? Denying both the real and the unreal. Where do they meet? This presence and life. And what does it mean? Lead us from ignorance to life.
Drop everything we think is real.
Yes.
To actually find what is real.
Absolutely. So we continue to endeavour to find the answer to what is it that's here? Where are we? What is this place or state in which we find ourselves when karma is burned, conditioning is gone, and beliefs are no more? What is it that happens when life in all its forms meets this place of still presence?